Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Rushkesh Basle Shine, and today it is 13 January 2022, and today our topic is compiler, interpreter, and assembler. Compiler, the language the language processor that read that complete source program written in high level language and translate it into the program in language is called as a compiler. For example, C++, and Java. In compiler, the source code is translated to object code successfully. It is free of errors. The compiler specifies the error at the end of compilation with line numbers. When there are any errors in the resource code, the errors must be removed, and then the compiler can successfully compile the source code again. uh, Assembler, the assemble is used to translate to program written in assembly language to machine code. The source program is an input of an assembler that contains assembly language. The output generated by the assembler is the or object code. The assembler is basically the first interface that is able to communicate with the help of assembler. We feel get between human and machine, so that can they communicate each other. Interpreter, the translation of the single statement of the source program into code is done by a language processor and execute immediately before moving on to the next line is called the interpreter. If there is an error in the statement, the interpreter terminates its translating process at that statement and displays an error message. The interpreter moves to the next line for execution only after the removal of the error. For example, Python, mm, the difference between compiler and interpreter. Compiler is a consume less time. The interpreter is more time. Compiler is faster. Interpreter is slower. Compiler is more efficient. Interpreter is less efficient. Compiler is not flexible. Interpreter is flexible. The compiler is large in size. The interpreter is smaller than size. The compiler is a CPU utilize is more. The interpreter CPU is less. The compiler is a presence of error may calls the program. The interpreter calls only part of the program. The compiler does not provide an improved debugging environment. An interpreter provide an improved debugging environment. The compiler is used by languages such as C++, Java, etc. The interpreter is used to languages such as only Java. The presence of error may also program. The interpreter cause only part of program. The compiler does not provide an improved debugging environment. An interpreter provide and improved debugging environment. This is a discussion about compiler, interpreter, and assembler. Thank you.